Hi, this is Jackie Broadbent, and I'm giving you a quick clip on something called intelligent agents. If you've never heard of intelligent agents, it's a tool on D2L that allows you to send out bulk emails based on a criteria that you set yourself. So for example, in health behaviour, we have intelligent agents set up so that when a student gets a HD on an assignment, the intelligent agent goes through all the grades, looks for the students who got 80% or higher, and sends those students who did an email that you'd already constructed, perhaps prior to the semester starting. I find intelligent agents are a really great way to kind of give an extra pat on the back to a student who's obviously motivated and tried really hard in their assessment piece. It's particularly good in health behaviour because we do have multiple assessment. I try and use it as a way to help them stay on track for the rest of the semester and get HDs in all of their assignments if possible. Now, if you haven't heard of intelligent agents, you might want a little bit more of an explanation about it. So I'm really happy to kind of come and talk to you about how you might use intelligent agents in your unit. In the meantime, if you want to have a play around, I'll just take you through the steps of how to set up an intelligent agent. So we're on my home page. For health behaviour at the moment, we need to come up here to Site Tools. Under Site Tools, you need to click Other Tools and then click on Intelligent Agents. So don't be freaked out by all my intelligent agents. We do have lots of quizzes and journals going on. So I'm just going to use one that we've already looked at. And remember, for your unit, you might only need one for your one lab report or one essay that you might have. So clicking on Journal Post 1, this is already partly set up just for the ease of this video. So first off, really importantly, we need to give our agent a name. So I've called this Journal Post 1. I like to call all of my agents the name of the assessment piece that they're being used for. And then you might want to give a description. Nobody sees this except for yourself, so I haven't really bothered to do that because I know what it means. One thing that's really important is this status. The intelligent agent won't run unless this box is ticked. Agent is enabled, so we've got to do that first. It does look a little bit confusing, I know, there's a lot going on here, but it actually is quite easy once you know what you need to do. And as I said, I'm quite happy to sit down with people and kind of walk you through how to do it. This very first section here, the agent criteria. Now, this is kind of set up for if a student isn't logging on to the site or hasn't done something, logged onto the site, or etc. Now we do have one of these set up for health behaviour, just because of all the assessment pieces. It is really important that they log on regularly, and so if we were going to use this, we might tick this box to say, if they haven't logged on for 15 days, for example, then it would take action. It would send an email to the student, and the email would be the one that you've already written up. So we don't really want to do that. This is just at the moment I wanted to show you about giving kind of positive feedback to students who have done really well. So the next important thing is this release condition. So we want to create and attach a release condition, and this is what's going to tell the intelligent agent what it is looking for to send the email to. So the condition type, you'll see there's a whole range of condition types. It might be that they've done all the items on a checklist, or that they've visited a particular topic on the contents page, or they've discussed a message or posted a message in the discussion box, or that they've got a particular score on a quiz. In this instance, I want to do a grade value on a grade item. So this is, looking at specifically what grade they got on, in this case, their first health behaviour journal. So then we actually need to pick the grade item. So the grade item we want is health behaviour journal 1, but it might be for you, essay 1 or lab report 1. It then allows you to set the criteria. So it means that you can do less than, more than, less than or equal to, more than or equal to, between or not between. So in this particular case, I want greater than or equal to, and I want it to be 80% because I'm particularly targeting people that got HD. So we just pick create. And now you can see here, this is telling us when a student receives greater than or equal to 80% on the grade item Health Behaviour Journal 1, they're going to receive the email from me, which is great. We then need to say when the agent needs to take action. So at any time if you are confused when you're working on intelligent agents, and trust me, the first time I was kind of working out what to do, I use this a lot, you'll see here there's lots of kind of pop-up boxes that you can click on that explains each of these actions, and I found that really useful to do when you're trying to work it out. If you pick the first one, which I've picked here, which is take action only the first time the agent's criteria is satisfied for a user, this means that every time the intelligent agent goes through the grades looking for a HD, it'll only send it to the students who haven't already got an email. So that means students only get the email once. If I wanted the students to get multiple emails, perhaps I'm going to tell the agent to look for when they haven't logged on for 15 days, I would then pick take action every time the agent is evaluated and the agent's criteria is satisfied for the user. So this means that every time the agent runs, it looks for any person who hasn't been on for 15 days and it sends them an email regardless of whether they've had an email before about it. I'm just going to leave it on the first one. If you want to run it manually, then you don't need to worry about this calendar section, but it actually just means that you kind of have to do it as you release the grades. If you want to set it up early in the semester, you can use this use calendar. So using calendar just tells the agent when to run. And you can see here that I've already got it set up to run between the 13th of August and the 14th of August. So this is an old agent. You can change this whenever you want to do it daily. I've done it repeats every 3 days. That means it's just, I've set it up so it will only run once because obviously this is a 24-hour period. So just to make sure that students don't get multiple emails. Now the important part, coming down to what is it that we're actually sending the student. So this section here is actually the email that's going to go out. It's the very last thing that you do. Again, lots of instructions on kind of what you need to type into this, but you'll see here it says initiating user, and that just means that it will just send it to the email address of whoever it is, the student that has actually got 80% or more on their first journal post. We're then just going to put in a heading. It can be whatever you want for the subject, just like a normal email might get, and then you can see this is what my actual email looks like. So just like on the news feed, there's kind of things that you can type in that means it'll grab the person's first name and use that so everybody kind of says hi Jackie, hi Matt, etc. And you can see here I've just kind of given a quick message that says, you know, pat on the back, you've done a fantastic job, keep it up, and I often put in a little picture for them as well, just because I think it's really nice. And that's all that you need to do. I know that that's a little bit overwhelming. There's quite a few. It can be a little bit confusing, and I have set it up incorrectly before, but as I said, I'm quite happy to kind of walk through with anybody if they're interested in doing this. The feedback that I've got from the students is that they really like it. Most often they think that I've personally sat down and written them an email, which is really advantageous when you have 1,500 students in a trimester. And you really want to kind of say you've done an excellent job but don't have the time to write an email to every single student that gets a HD, and I just think it just gives a nice kind of atmosphere for the unit. So I hope you've enjoyed this very short clip, and let me know if you need any help using intelligent agents.